7 Things You Should Never Allow in Your Home. Stoicism. Have you ever wondered why some homes feel peaceful the moment you enter, while others seem filled with tension, anxiety, and endless conflict? Stoic philosophers believe that a home is far more than walls, furniture, or expensive decorations. It is a reflection of the character of the people who live inside it. Every habit, every conversation, and every decision either strengthens your peace or quietly destroys it. Your home should be the one place where your mind can recover from the noise of the outside world. It should be a place where wisdom grows, discipline is practiced, and genuine relationships are protected. Yet many people unknowingly allow influences into their homes that slowly steal their happiness. These influences rarely arrive with warning. They appear as small compromises, harmless habits, or familiar behaviors. Over time, they become the reason peace disappears. The Stoics taught that if you cannot govern your own home, it becomes almost impossible to govern your own mind. Marcus Aurelius often reminded himself that our greatest responsibility is not controlling the world but controlling what we allow into our lives. That lesson begins at home. Before we continue, if you enjoy timeless Stoic wisdom that helps you build discipline, inner peace, and mental strength, subscribe to this channel. Every video is designed to help you become calmer, wiser, and stronger in everyday life. The first thing you should never allow into your home is constant negativity. Negativity is contagious. One person who constantly complains, criticizes, blames others, or expects the worst can slowly influence everyone around them. At first, the change is difficult to notice. Conversations become shorter. Laughter becomes less frequent. Gratitude disappears. Eventually, even good news is greeted with doubt instead of joy. The Stoics believe that while we cannot always choose what happens outside our doors, we can choose the atmosphere we create inside them. A peaceful home is built through encouragement, patience, gratitude, and emotional discipline. This does not mean pretending life is perfect. Stoicism never teaches us to ignore pain or hardship. Instead, it teaches us to face reality without becoming a prisoner of bitterness. Problems should be discussed honestly, but they should never become the identity of a family. If someone constantly brings anger, resentment, gossip, or endless complaints into your home, that energy slowly shapes the minds of everyone living there. Children learn it. Partners absorb it. Friends feel it the moment they walk through the door. Imagine 2 homes. In one, every mistake becomes an argument. Every inconvenience becomes a disaster. Every conversation ends in criticism. In the other, people acknowledge problems, work together to solve them, and refuse to let temporary difficulties destroy lasting peace. Which home would you choose? The answer seems obvious, yet many people unknowingly build the first home through daily habits. The Stoics understood that peace is not an accident. It is the result of deliberate choices repeated every day. Whenever negativity enters your home, ask yourself one simple question: does this help us become stronger, wiser, or kinder? If the answer is no, it does not deserve a permanent place in your household. The next lesson is just as important. Never allow disrespect to become normal. Respect is rarely destroyed by one dramatic event. More often, it disappears through small daily actions. Interrupting each other. Speaking with sarcasm. Ignoring someone's feelings. Breaking promises. Mocking instead of listening. These behaviors seem small in the moment, yet together they slowly erode trust. Stoic philosophy teaches that every human being deserves dignity because each person possesses reason, the very quality that makes us capable of virtue. When respect disappears from a home, wisdom quickly follows. A peaceful household is not one without disagreement. It is one where disagreement never becomes cruelty. Strong families understand that people can disagree while still speaking with kindness. They correct mistakes without humiliation. They express frustration without insults. They listen before reacting. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself that every encounter with another person is an opportunity to practice patience, justice, and self-control. Your home should become the training ground for these virtues. When guests enter your home, let them notice not expensive furniture, but respectful conversation. Let children grow up believing kindness is strength rather than weakness. Respect creates emotional safety, and emotional safety allows every member of the family to grow into their best self. As you reflect on your own home today, ask yourself honestly: does the atmosphere inside your house make people feel valued? Or does it make them feel judged? Your answer reveals far more than the appearance of your home ever could. In the next section, we'll explore another silent habit that destroys peace from within, one that many people mistake for harmless entertainment, yet it quietly weakens character and relationships every single day. Another thing you should never allow to settle comfortably inside your home is constant distraction. The modern world competes for your attention every second of every day. Endless scrolling, meaningless entertainment, constant notifications, and mindless consumption quietly steals something more valuable than time. They steal your ability to think clearly. The Stoics believe that a disciplined mind is the foundation of a meaningful life. A home filled with endless distraction becomes a place where people exist together but rarely connect. Have you ever noticed a family sitting in the same room while everyone stares at a different screen? They are physically present, yet emotionally absent. Conversations become shorter. Eye contact disappears. Moments that could have become lasting memories vanish unnoticed. A Stoic home is different. It creates space for silence, thoughtful conversation, reading, reflection, and genuine connection. This does not mean rejecting technology completely. It means refusing to let technology become the master of your household. Every evening offers a choice. You can spend hours consuming the lives of strangers, or you can invest that same time strengthening your own family, improving your character, and preparing your mind for tomorrow. Epictetus reminded his students that we become what we repeatedly practice. If we practice distraction every day, we should not be surprised when focus becomes difficult. If we practice presence, wisdom slowly grows. Ask yourself honestly: when people enter your home, do they feel connection or distraction? The answer reveals what your home is truly teaching everyone who lives there. There is another silent danger that often enters a home unnoticed. Never allow dishonesty to become acceptable. Trust is the invisible foundation of every peaceful household. Once it begins to crack, every relationship becomes unstable. Small lies become bigger lies. Hidden truths create hidden fears. Eventually, people stop believing each other, and a home filled with suspicion can never become a place of lasting peace. Stoicism teaches that integrity is not something we display only in public. It is who we are when no one is watching. Honest people sleep peacefully because they do not waste energy protecting deception. Honesty also requires courage. Sometimes it means admitting a mistake. Sometimes it means apologizing. Sometimes it means speaking an uncomfortable truth with kindness instead of avoiding it out of fear. Children learn honesty by watching adults. Partners strengthen trust by choosing transparency every day. Families grow stronger when truth is valued more than pride. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself that a person should live in harmony with truth because reality cannot be changed by pretending. The sooner we face reality, the sooner we can improve it. If honesty becomes the standard inside your home, trust begins to flourish. When trust flourishes, fear slowly disappears. As you think about your own household, ask yourself this question: if every conversation inside these walls were built on complete honesty and mutual respect, how different would your home feel? Take a moment to reflect on that before continuing. If these timeless Stoic lessons are helping you build a calmer mind, a stronger character, and a more peaceful home, subscribe to this channel. Together, we explore practical wisdom that has guided people for thousands of years and continues to transform lives today. The next lesson may be the most difficult of all, because it asks us to confront something that often hides behind pride rather than weakness. Another influence that should never find a permanent place in your home is uncontrolled anger. Every family experiences disagreements. Every relationship faces moments of frustration. Stoicism never asks us to pretend these emotions do not exist. Instead, it teaches us that the greatest victory is not defeating another person, it is mastering yourself. Anger often arrives disguised as strength, but it usually leaves behind weakness. A few careless words spoken in a moment of rage can create wounds that remain for years. Broken trust, damaged relationships, and lingering regret often begin with a single uncontrolled reaction. The Stoics believe there is always a brief space between what happens to us and how we respond. Within that space lies our freedom. A wise person protects that freedom by refusing to become a slave to emotion. Imagine two people facing the same insult. One explodes with rage, raising their voice and allowing the situation to spiral out of control. The other remains calm, speaks thoughtfully, and chooses a response instead of a reaction. The second person has not avoided conflict. They have demonstrated true strength. Your home should be a place where calmness is stronger than shouting. Children should learn that patience is not weakness but wisdom. Partners should know they can disagree without fear of humiliation or intimidation. When anger knocks on your door, do not invite it to stay. Let it pass through without allowing it to rule your words or your actions. Peace grows wherever self-control is stronger than pride. Just as dangerous as uncontrolled anger is another silent visitor that slowly poisons every household. Never allow envy to live in your home. Envy convinces people that someone else's success is their failure. It steals gratitude and replaces it with comparison. Soon, nothing feels enough. Every achievement seems small because someone else appears to have more. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself that happiness depends on the quality of our thoughts, not the size of our possessions. A peaceful home is built by appreciating what is already present rather than constantly chasing what belongs to someone else. Teach your family to celebrate the success of others instead of resenting it. Celebrate hard work, kindness, honesty, and perseverance more than wealth or status. A home guided by gratitude becomes rich in ways that money can never measure. Each evening, ask yourself a simple question. What blessings already exist within these walls? Perhaps it is your health, your family, your friendships, or simply another day to grow wiser. Gratitude transforms ordinary moments into extraordinary ones. If you constantly compare your life with others, your home will never feel complete. But when gratitude becomes a daily habit, even the simplest home becomes a place of abundance. As you reflect on these lessons, remember this: the greatest protection for your home is not stronger locks or higher walls. It is stronger character. Wisdom, patience, honesty, gratitude, and self-control create a home that no outside influence can easily destroy. If these timeless Stoic teachings are helping you build a calmer mind and a stronger life, subscribe to the channel and join our growing community. Every new video is created to help you develop resilience, inner peace, and the wisdom to live with purpose. There is still more to uncover. The final lessons reveal the subtle habits that quietly destroy families without anyone noticing until it is too late. There is another danger that quietly enters many homes without anyone noticing until it has already changed the atmosphere. Never allow gossip to become a habit in your home. Words have the power to build trust or destroy it. A family that spends its time criticizing neighbors, mocking friends, or spreading rumors slowly trains itself to look for faults instead of virtues. Eventually, this habit turns inward. The same people who gossip about others will begin speaking negatively about one another. The Stoics believe that speech should be guided by truth, necessity, and kindness. Before speaking, ask yourself, is it true? Is it helpful? Is it necessary? If the answer is no, silence is often the wiser choice. Imagine a home where conversations inspire growth instead of judgment. Family members encourage one another, discuss ideas, share lessons, and solve problems together. Such a home becomes a place where everyone feels safe because they know their words will not be twisted behind their back. Gossip creates temporary entertainment but lasting division. Wisdom creates lasting unity. Choose the words that leave your home stronger than they found it. A peaceful household is not remembered for loud opinions but for thoughtful conversations that leave everyone feeling respected. The final lesson may be the most important of all because it determines the future of every family. Never allow the loss of purpose into your home. Many people wake up, work, eat, watch television, scroll through their phones, and go to sleep, only to repeat the same routine the next day. Months become years, and years become a lifetime lived without intention. The The Stoics warned against drifting through life. They believed that every day should move us closer to becoming wiser, kinder, more disciplined, and more useful to others. A home without purpose eventually becomes a place of comfort without growth. People stop learning. Dreams fade. Conversations become shallow. Days blend together until life feels empty despite having everything they once wished for. Instead, create a home where learning never stops. Read books together. Share ideas over meals. Encourage one another to develop new skills. Celebrate acts of courage, generosity, honesty, and perseverance more than material success. Let your home become a place where every person is inspired to become a better version of themselves. Marcus Aurelius wrote that the purpose of life is not merely to exist but to live according to virtue. Every sunrise offers another opportunity to practice patience, justice, wisdom, courage, and self-control. Imagine what your home could become if these values guided every decision. Imagine children growing up believing character matters more than popularity. Imagine relationships built on trust instead of fear. Imagine guests leaving your home feeling lighter because they experienced peace rather than conflict. That is the kind of home Stoicism encourages us to build, not a perfect home, but a purposeful one. As you finish this journey, take a quiet moment to reflect. Which of these habits has found its way into your own home? More importantly, which one will you choose to remove today? Real change does not begin with grand gestures. It begins with one decision made today and repeated tomorrow. Small acts of wisdom practiced consistently become a life of extraordinary character. If this message has inspired you to build a stronger mind, a more peaceful home, and a life guided by timeless wisdom, subscribe to this channel and become part of a community dedicated to self-mastery and Stoic living. Leave a comment sharing the lesson that spoke to you the most, and share this video with someone who could benefit from these teachings. Remember, the greatest home is not the one filled with the most possessions. It is the one filled with the most peace, the deepest wisdom, and the strongest character. Until our next journey into Stoic philosophy, guard your mind, protect your peace, and let virtue be the foundation of everything you build.